Hello everyone, welcome back to more AEW on TEW 2020. We are here in July 2022, the start of our 2-episode 4th of July special, which definitely won't be released by the 4th of July unless I do something like daily uploads, which, knowing me, I won't do with this series. But anyways, we start off with Top Flight defeating the Butcher and the Blade. Jamie Hayter defeats a debuting Taya Valkyrie. She was not happy about this, but too bad. Ricochet defeats El Phantasmo. Daga and Thunder Rosa get defeated by Jonathan Gresham and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace pins Thunder Rosa. Pretty good match, honestly. Gresham and Grace celebrate in the ring, and celebrating with them is Gresham's manager, the leader of the Bankroll, Antonio Banks. Banks offers Jordan a spot within the Bankroll, but Jordan declines, saying that while she would like to keep working with Jonathan Gresham, her husband, she is more interested in striking out in a claim of greatness for her own. Which is fair enough. Elena Black defeats Kylie Ray. Nancy Bouchard defeats Angelica Risk. Angelica Risk, part of DPW. I have that as a developmental. After this, Britt Baker hosts an episode of The Waiting Room with Brody Lee as the guest. She talks to him about his time as the Exalted One of the Dark Order, but Brody shuts her up quickly, loudly proclaiming that the Dark Order is dead. Now, all that Brody is that he is someone who will take his legacy by force with his own hands, no matter who gets in his way. Jacob Fatu then defeats Colton Gunn. Vignette is then seen from the Nightmare Factory. Lavender Sky is noticeably off her game in training. Bianca Corelli and Roxy comfort her, saying that even though she lost on Saturday's main event, it was a great showing to even be at that point so early in her career. Cody confirms this and he's like, hey, well, it was a good showing, and she's been great, but everyone in the Nightmare family needs to keep working. All of them are young, but they can't just coast on their potential. And in our main event, we get literally our best match of all time as Fergal Devitt defeats Matt Sydal. Fantastic. It's gonna score better than our Rampage, isn't it? Moving on to our show of Dynamite, we start off with the tag team title match as the Briscoes defeat the Future. Not really a surprise there. As much as I'm pushing my regens, they're not at the point where they can really be champions yet, so yeah. Retro Curse is unreasonably shocked by this turn of events and begins to yell at the Briscoes for allegedly cheating, despite this being a very clean match overall. Taz, who helps the Briscoes as part of Team Taz, they're not like fully ingrained in it, gets to the ring and he locks Hurst in a kata hajime and puts him to sleep. And the Future, they're kind of just like, God damn it, Hurst, you're an idiot. And they drag their manager out. After this, Ashley Flair is seen in a full-blown castle attended to not only by her court, but a bunch of other nameless servants. And she's sitting on a actual throne. She starts speaking to the camera. She says, Jade Cargill, you and your whatever you want to call yourselves, it doesn't matter to me. What does matter is that you keep failing to realize that I am better than all of you combined, and I always have been. I'm not afraid of you, and honestly, you aren't even worth lacing out my boots. Let alone getting in the ring with me, but fine. Fine. You want to get your asses handed to you so much, then I'll accept my court. Versus you and your peons, your whoever you are. Next week on Rampage. So, I thought I'd done this before, but I think I did that with the Nightmare family, was what I was thinking of before. Okay, interesting match. CM Punk, Samoa Joe, and Vikingo defeat Brutality Inc. Punk submits Pillman Jr. with an Anaconda Vice. Vikingo fractures his cheekbone, and Dijak blows his eardrum out. Good match overall, honestly. I'm guessing the injuries kind of docked things down. Yep, disrupted by injury, declining physical abilities. Makes sense. Still a pretty good match. Pac and Punk both with 92s. Very good. And Punk got some hurt for injuring Dijak. Okay. The match is barely over by the time that the Hit Squad rush in and start beating down on Punk, Joe, and Vikingo, with the rest of Brutality Inc. following suit. Eventually, Joe is able to power past the beatdown long enough to grab Vikingo, shield him as they both get out of the ring, and he leaves CM Punk alone to be battered down by the members of Brutality Inc. In Punk 2, he does eventually manage to get away after they sort of light up their attack, a bit suspiciously so. Pac is obviously frustrated by losing a match, but at the same time, there's a little bit of a smile on his face. You know, it seems like this has gone according to plan. He's getting Punk and Joe to possibly turn against each other, and maybe that's my next feud. Who knows? Because I don't. After this, we see some clips of Kairi versus Maki and Abaddon on her yacht. There's a lot of comedic segments with it. So, you know, like Maki headbutts another party goer around the yacht, knocks him overboard. Kairi bonks Maki with the life preserver. Abaddon is just eating a buffet. It's a very comedic thing, breaks up the tension. Still a good segment, though. After this, Garza Jr. defeats Sammy Guevara. Defense 13. Garza is tiredly celebrating his victory. That was an all-out match. Or high spots. That's the word for it. High spots match. Even as Chris Jericho rushes out to protest the supposed injustice, because this was a pretty dumb stipulation. Jericho and Garza get face-to-face as Devitt and Fatu soon come to the ring, and they also argue with both of the others. Garza eventually storms off. He doesn't want to get into this argument. He's exhausted. He just wants to go and take a beauty sleep. And he still insists that Sammy needs to serve him as per the rules of the Rose Rules match. Good segment rating there. Same segment rating as a security camera video is shown of the VIP's lounge with the lobby of the building. MJF is chastising Griffin Slade for... We can't actually hear anything because it's just the black and white audio. Presumably it's for losing to MJF, or not losing to MJF, to losing to Wardlow on Saturday, not getting that US title shot. Miro storms in, he starts talking with MJF, we can't hear what's being said. MJF, very visibly frustrated, he eventually pushes Miro, who recovers by hitting MJF with a super kick, and before Slade can react to his boss being super kicked, Miro super kicks him as well, storms upstairs towards the elevator. CJ Perry's close behind. She's reveling in this. She's just having fun. After this, worst match, Paige Van Zandt defeats Queen Lupa. It was a match. Then just get a vignette to hype up Paige and Darby Allin. And also, by the way, as per every single big card I have, it goes very slow, or it goes very quickly. And that's really disappointing, honestly. I guess that makes sense. Why would you hold back? It's a world title match. Come on. Come on, Hangman. 75 rating. It was very close to our dark. Yeah. I still think it was a fine show. Nothing special, but still a good start to our 4th of July week. We move on to Rampage for the end of the 4th of July week.